Hello, good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about the Rutherford nuclear model of atom. Last time we have discussed the Thomson atomic model of atom, and after that the one more model is there. There is second one, the Rutherford model of atom. So Rutherford has conducted a kind of experiment. In this experiment, stream of high energy of alpha particle from radioactive source was directed towards a thin foil of gold metal. The thin gold foil, circular fluorescent zinc sulfide screen is around it. When alpha particles are struck on the screen of the tiny flash was provided at the point. Right. So the Rutherford has conducted the kind of experiment. He using the lead box. In this lead box, he using the alpha ray. Alpha ray means students, the helium atom. Helium atom is there. The helium which contain the atomic number 2 means it contain 2 electrons. 2 electrons. If helium atom in which if you are remove the 2 electrons, then helium in which left the only the proton and neutrons are left here. So protons are left here, so it is a helium positive, helium plus 2, right? If you remove 2 electrons from the helium atom, it becomes helium nucleus. This helium nucleus we called as alpha ray. This is a helium nucleus. This helium nucleus we called as a alpha ray. Students. So what he conducted the experiment, students, the alpha ray are passed into the thin gold foil. This is the thin foil, the gold foil, the thin gold foil. Thin gold foil. So here one of the alpha ray to pass over the thin gold foils. The here one of the plate is used, the plate which contain the small hole. The small hole from which the small beam and narrow beam. The small means narrow beam of light can be allowed. Narrow beam of single lane of light. The single lane of ray of light allow through this hole. That's why we are kept this one, the metal plate, and the glass plate, and it is the through the hole it enter and strike into the thin foil of gold foil. When thin foil of gold, the many alpha ray particles are move directly in a straight line. Many alpha ray are move directly into the straight line. Right. So most of the alpha ray pass through the gold foil undeflected. Undeflected means they are moving in a straight form. They are moving in a straight form. Straight. They are moving in a straight form. Right. And second one, small fraction of the alpha ray was deflected due to the small angle. The small fraction of alpha ray, these particles are deflected. The deflected like this. These are the deflected. And very few alpha particle, 1 out of 20,000. One ray out of 20,000 is bounced back. That's where the deflected in 180 degree angle. The few alpha particles are bounced back, students. Bounce back means some alpha ray are moving and again they are deflected back. They're moving back to the alpha ray. After striking on the metal plate, they are moving back toward the source. So observation, what he observed, the most of the space, then he come to the conclusion he observed that the most of the space around the atom is empty as most of the alpha particle is passed through the undeflected. So he got the first, what is the point is there, the first one, the most of the ray particles are moving in the straight line. Why they are moving straight lines? He come to the conclusion, the most of the alpha particles the contain the empty space. Due to that reason, the many alpha particles are moving in a straight line. They are moving in straight line like this. They are moving in straight line without any deflection. It means the atom contain many empty space. So that's why all the alpha particles are moved without deflections. That's friends. Next point, what he observed, second point, few positively charged particles were deflected. The deflection must be due to the enormous repulsive force, showing that positive charge of the atom not spread throughout the atom, and Thomson, as the Thomson model was presumed. So the second point, this is indicate that the second point students, the observation second point, what he conclude that the, if according to Thomson model of atom, Thomson said that the positive charged particles are distributed around the atom like plum, distributed randomly, they are distributed. So the positive charged particles are cannot be distributed overall all the atom. If it distributed means no one particles has moved in a forward directions, because in this case, in this experiment, many rays are moving in forward directions, right? Forward directions. If the positive charge distributed in this form, according to Thomson model of atom distributed, then helium alpha ray, He+2 positive charge, and this also positive charge. In that case, all the particles were deflected. All the helium particles are deflected back, because of, if in this model atom would be arranged in this form, then all the alpha particles are bounced back without moving in a straight form. So he presumed that the few only positive charge. It means according to Rutherford said that the only few particles are present at the positive charge. Positive charge must be deflection. Whatever some particles are moving back, bounce back, na students. Some particles are bounce back. The bounce back means the only few positive charge particles are present here. Only few positive charge particles are present, not spread throughout the atom. Right, students? So third point, he observed positive charge particle concentrated in very small volume. Positive charge particles is not distributed like this. Positive charge particles are concentrated at the small volume. At the small volume, it is concentrated. It means all the positive charge, how many positive charge protons, either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the positive charge are concentrated at the one single position at a small volume. They occupy small volume out of the atom. Questions. Conclusion by Rutherford show that the volume occupied by the nucleus is negligible small as compared to total volume of the atom. When we compare the volume of the atom and volume of the nucleus, volume of the atom and volume of the nucleus, the volume of nucleus is smaller than volume of the atom. Volume of nucleus is smaller than the volume of the atom. It is very small size, it is negligible size. So through the calculation he find out that radius of atom is 10 to the power of minus 10 meter, students, and radius of nucleus is 10 to the power of minus 15 meter. It means nucleus is very small part as compared to the atom, right? And he realized that, and this values, he realized that the cricket ball as a nucleus, then radius of the atom should be 5 km. It means a playground is there, the cricket playground, right? when you compare the radius, the radius is the 5 kilometer. Radius is a 5 kilometer. In which the central part you may keep the ball. Ball is considered as a nucleus. So it means when you compare the small ball volume as compared to the cricket pitch or cricket ground, the ball is very small as compared to the cricket ground. So 5 kilometer of the radius of the cricket ball nucleus, then the radius of the atom is 5 kilometer. It means when you kept the central part of the ground, when you kept ball center part of the atom, means the radius is the 5 kilometer away. Radius is 5 kilometer away from the nucleus. Distance from the nucleus to the playground, radius is 5 kilometer. So this is the this whatever this value is there, this value he given the conclusion. Again finally he come to the conclusion that positive charge and most of the mass of the atom was densely concentrated in extremely small region. Positive charge and most of the mass of the atom densely concentrated extremely small region. This small portion called as nucleus. Right, the atom in which the positive charge is there, the positive charge cannot be distributed over all the atom. It is just concentrated at the only one small portion. That small portion of positive charge of the atom called as nucleus. Right, students? So whenever the question asks who discovered the nucleus, the nucleus discovered by the Rutherford. Right, the nucleus discovered by the Rutherford. Right, students? And he come to the second conclusion. Nucleus is surrounded by the electron that move around the nucleus at a very high speed circular path called as orbit. So nucleus occupy at the central part of the atom and around in which electrons are rotate. Electrons are rotated in a very high speed circular path. The high speed is a circular path called as orbit. He considered as a orbit. The orbit, in the circular part of the orbit, the electrons are revolving. Right, students? And Rutherford resembled to the solar system, in which nucleus is the sun and the electrons are revolving as a planet. And Rutherford has considered that whatever the nucleus is occupied at the central part of the atom, the nucleus is similar to the sun. Sun occupied at the center and around in which the number of planets are revolving. Similarly, in an atomic model in which the electrons are revolving around the nucleus. He given that example. So electron and nucleus are held together by the electrostatic force of attraction. And he given the one more point. What are the electrons and nucleus are there? Electrons and nucleus are held together. Both electrons and nucleus are held together by both are each other are held together by the electrostatic force of attractions. They are held together by the electrostatic force of attraction, students. Electrostatic force of attractions. Right, students? So these are the explained by the Rutherford. Rutherford explained the students when he using the gold foil through which he was passing the alpha ray. So atoms. So here he concluded that when alpha particle pass through the gold foil, the foil contain the atoms in which we are passing the alpha ray. The alpha ray particles in a straight form. Straight form means the atom contain many empty space. So that's why all the particles are moving in a straight form. Right, students? Straight form. And the nucleus is concentrated at the very small region. So nucleus is very small. Nucleus size is very small as compared to the atom. The radius of atom 10 to the power of minus 10, radius of nucleus 10 to the power of minus 15. So this value he given one example, that is the The cricket ball is the considered as a nucleus, and one cricket playground considered as a atom. Right. When we kept the cricket ball at the center of the ground and we calculate the radius, that is a 5 kilometer distances away from each other. Okay, students. So, smallest portion of the nucleus, smallest portion of the central part, proton concentrated, that is called nucleus, and electrons around revolving around the nucleus called as orbit. And he given this example he explained based on the solar system. Right, students? So this is about the Rutherford model of atom. Then the why this theory can be failed, let's we discuss in drawbacks. The drawbacks, which point he could not be explained by the Rutherford. Let's see here. Rutherford nuclear model of atom, like small scale of solar system with nucleus playing the role of massive sun, the electrons revolving as a lighter planet. So Rutherford he considered that the nuclear model of atom, nucleus occupies central part like a sun, and around in which the many planets are rotated, planets are considered as a electrons, and electrons and protons are held in the Coulombic force, or you may say electrostatic force. There is K is equal to Q1 Q2 by R square. It means, students, here we are having the charged body, na students. The central is the proton we are using. Proton also a charged body. Electrons we are using, the electron is also a charged body Q1, and we are using the proton. Proton is also a charged body Q2, and the proton and nucleus are distance, the radius is R. It is R. K, right? The Coulombic force K is a proportionality constant, K1 K2 divided by R square. K1 K2 is the charge of the body, R is the radius, and separation of charges, K is the proportionality constant. So when electrons between the electron and nucleus is similar to the gravitational force. It means the electrons are showing the attraction to the through a gravitational force. Because the electron have a kind of mass, proton have a kind of mass. Mass is considered as M1 M2 masses, and the radius of the separation is of masses. G is the gravitational constant. The solar system and the nuclear model of both are similar. Questions? Solar system and the nucleus model are similar to the nuclear model of electrons are revolving around the nucleus defined orbit. But some Maxwell experiments are there. Due to the Maxwell theory, the Rutherford model of atoms are get failed. Let's see the points. Charged particles are accelerated should be emit the radiations. Maxwell has conducted a kind of experiment when one charged body Q1 rotating another charged body Q2, it rotating another charged body. During which what happens, students? The another charged body, which is come closer like this, it emit radiations and come closer in this form. So one charged body revolving around another charged body. One charged body revolving around another charged body. Q2 is a charged body rotated around Q1. The during in which this charged body is emit radiations. It emit radiations or emit energy, because whatever the charged body while on working, during the working it lost energy. Like similarly, we are using the torch in which while we are using torch, then what happens, students? The battery energy goes on decreases. So similarly, while the charged body which is trial to rotating another charged body, it lost energy. While it lost energy, it come again and again, come closer to the nucleus and finally contact with the Q1 and it becomes finish. It becomes finished. The atom has finished. The atom must be finished here. It explained by the Maxwell. He question is into the Maxwell. If the proton is a charged body, proton is a charged body around in which the electron is also a charged body. Proton plus charge, electron minus charge. When the electron is rotated around the electrons, might be electrons are come while rotating it lost energy while closer to while rotating around the nucleus and come contact with the nucleus and it becomes finished and lost its energy. That explained by the Maxwell. Electron in an orbit will emit radiations and energy carried by the radiations comes from the electronic motion. The orbit will be continue to shrink and lost energy. Already we have discussed here. So while electrons are rotating around the nucleus, the electrons are emit energy. Electrons are emit energy. If it emit energy means again while rotating it come closer to nucleus, combine with the nucleus and it becomes finish. Energy completely finish. That explained by the second point. In calculate to show the calculation show that it should take the electron only 10 to the power of minus 8 seconds to spiral into nucleus. The calculation when Maxwell has calculated that the electrons has to be rotate the 10 to minus 8 second for the rotation. For the rotation, it will take only the 10 to the power of minus 8 second rotation around the nucleus. So Rutherford cannot explain the stability of atom. This is the Maxwell experiment. He conducted a Maxwell experiment. So based on this, Maxwell has questionized to the Rutherford when one charged body electron rotating around the another charged body proton, then electrons are lost its energy. Electrons are lost its energy means it combine with the nucleus and it becomes finished lost energy. That one cannot explain by the Rutherford. And Rutherford cannot explain that stability of atom. In this case, if it rotates means the atoms are here not stable. Atoms are not stable. Why atom is stable? Why atom is stable? He cannot explain the answers. That's why Rutherford model is failed. In motion of electrons are described on the basis of classical mechanics, electromagnetic theory, motion of electrons in orbit, the leading to this instability of the atoms. Right. So what are the instabilities there? That instability we will discuss in the further topics. But what are the topics they are mentioned here? The classical mechanics, electromagnetic theory, motion of electrons, the atoms, instability of atoms. If electron were stationary, electrostatic attraction between the electrostatic force of attraction between the nucleus and electrons would be pull the electron towards nucleus to miniature. It means when proton is there, proton around in which electrons are rotated, the proton is positive charge, nucleus electron is negative charge. Then why electrons are attracted? Why could not the electrons are attracted to the nucleus? Why it rotate around the nucleus? Why it could not attract to the positive charge? Because negative charge always attract to positive charge. So the Rutherford cannot explain the why it rotate. Electrons are rotate around the nucleus rather than the attractions. He cannot explain. Rutherford cannot explain about the electronic structure of the atom. The how electrons are distributed around the nucleus. The how electrons are distributed, in what manner the electrons are arranged. Either they are present in the same shell or what manner the number of electrons are arranged. He could not explain all these things. So that's why Rutherford models has been failed. The first point, Rutherford cannot explain the stability of the atoms. Right. Second point, the Rutherford cannot explain the why the attraction could not be take place between the proton and electrons and proton. Because both are opposite charge are attracted. Why could not be they attracted? And third point, the why atom in which what manner in which electrons are distributed on the atom, he cannot explain. So that's why the Rutherford model has failed, students. He unable to explain this 3 point. So that's why it theory failed, right? So this theory again continuously studied by. So that's why the Rutherford model has failed. Now Rutherford models are again developed and improved by one more scientist. That scientist name is Bohr's model. Bohr's model. Neil Bohr's utilized and improved the Rutherford model, and two development plays the major role on the Bohr's model of atom. The two roles has plays more important role. The first role, at that time there is a debate. What is the nature of the light? Some scientists are believe that the nature of light consists particle nature. Some scientists are believe that the nature of light is the wave nature, right? So dual nature of electromagnetic radiation, which means the radiation possesses wave-like as well as particle property. This is the first property we will discuss here, students. Briefly we will discuss. Second one, the experimental result, the regarding the atomic spectra, which can be explained only the quantized. Quantized means arrangement of electrons in the atom, electronic energy level of the atoms. So through the experimental result, it explains that what is the arrangement of electrons in the atom, that is quantized. Right, students? So later we will discuss the first, what is electromagnetic radiations. When the electrically charged body move under the acceleration with constant speed, the alternating electric and magnetic fields are produced and transmitted in the form of wave, electromagnetic wave or electromagnetic radiations. So when the electrically charged particles under the acceleration, when electrical charged particle is there, when electrical charged particle, any charged particle, if any charged particles are rotating or moving, it generating the electric, it deflected by the electric and magnetic field, right? For example, you are using the ray of light, the ray of light in which you may keep the electric field you may applied the electric field you applied, it deflected on the electric field also, it is deflected in electric field. The ray of light in which you may keep the magnetic field, it deflected the magnetic field also. So ray of light which is deflected magnetic, electric as well as magnetic field, called as electromagnetic waves or electromagnetic radiations. They explained by the Maxwell. The Maxwell is the first person who revealed the light associated with the oscillating electric and magnetic characters. He is the first person who explained that the light are emitting the light, which is the light affected by the electric field as well as the magnetic field, both. The light particle which the light particles are emit the electric so light particles are deflected electric as well as the magnetic field, that is electromagnetic wave radiation. So look at here, students, the properties of electromagnetic waves. The oscillating electric and magnetic field, the oscillating charged particle perpendicular to each other. Whatever the electric field is there, the electric field, consider this is the electric field, and red color we want to consider as a magnetic field. So electric field and magnetic field both are perpendicular to each other. When ray of light travel, in that ray of light, electric field radiations are perpendicular to the magnetic field, that explained by the Maxwell. And in electric field, magnetic field, the sound waves, water waves, electromagnetic wave do not require any medium. It cannot require any medium. It cannot possess any light medium, sound medium, or water medium. It cannot require. It in vacuum also it will travel, emit the radiation in vacuum also. There are many types of electromagnetic radiations differ from one another's. Frequency is the electromagnetic spectrum. Wavelength, frequency are the electromagnetic spectrum. Different region of the spectrum identified by different names. So electromagnetic spectrum, electromagnetic radiations are occupying the radio frequency, microwaves, infrared waves, etc. They are occupying different kind of units used to represent the different magnetic radiations. So different kind of units represent the different kind of electromagnetic radiation. So what are the different kind of radiations are there now? Electromagnetic waves are there, microwaves are there, radio frequency are there. So different radiations which having the different units and their different respective units, right friends? So radiation characterized by the frequency wavelength. Frequency means number of wave travel in a 1 second called as frequency. Wavelength, the distance between the two consecutive wave called as a wavelength. So distance between the wave like this ones, two consecutive waves, distance between the two consecutive wave called as a wavelength, right? And the frequency means the number of wave travel in 1 second. This is a 1 meter of length. In this 1 meter, in the 1 second, the how many waves are travel in 1 second, that is we called as a frequency. So frequency or wavelength in vacuum, it will travel, electromagnetic radiation travel in vacuum also. The speed of light is the 3.0 10 to the power of minus 8 second called as speed of light. Speed of light relations with the wavelength and frequency, that is C is equal to frequency into lambda. C is frequency, C is the speed of light, mu is the frequency, lambda is the wavelength. So number of wavelength per unit length called as the wave number. Number of wavelength in a per unit. Per unit of the wavelength called as the wave numbers. In 1 meter, the how many number of waves are exist, that is we call as the wave numbers. Understand? So this is about the Rutherford and the drawbacks and the development. As we study in the next topic, so in next topic we are clear the many doubts, many things. Okay, thank you.